Hello, this is Alyssa Jones with Business Solutions, and today we're going to talk about an introduction to Odoo inventory. We will walk through questions managers often ask. We will then go through a workflow diagram of Odoo inventory, and lastly, we'll walk through an example including a little bit of analysis based on the questions we asked. Often when people look at the inventory functionality of Odoo, they're really trying to answer some key questions that are going to help improve their business. Some of the questions that a manager might need to answer using their workflows in Odoo are: how do I see my list of products? How do I see my stock on hand? Can I easily set rules to order stock automatically when I am low? What is the value of my inventory? How do I see a list of my stock movements? How do I see all my inventory open actions? And lastly, what sort of standard inventory reporting does Odoo provide? Odoo provides you with the tools to be able to answer these questions and to better manage your inventory. This is all if you understand how to set up in Odoo in the right way and analyze the results correctly. Before I show you the system, I would like to take you through the workflow of Odoo. This will give a good understanding of how one object in Odoo flows to the next. This is a simple workflow diagram for a manufacturing company that produces barbecue smokers. The portion we'll be concentrating on is the middle two swim lanes. Inventory touches and links multiple parts of the system. Under the manufacturing portion of Odoo, it uses inventory to check stock levels, pick the correct stock, and assign the orders. Under the procurement of Odoo, it uses inventory to track stock levels, using reorder rules to create draft purchase orders to restock, or it shows the replenishment report to advise you need to order more. As you will see, once we are satisfied with the stock levels, it will then go through the end-to-end process of sales, manufacturing, purchasing, inventory, and accounting. Please review our other videos to go into further details of these applications. Now let's look at the Odoo database. This is my homepage with all my applications. We are going to concentrate on the inventory application you can see here. Once I click into the application, it will default to all the open items that are required to be actioned regarding stock movements for Best Smokers Inc. Depending on what you have installed and what settings you have turned on will depend on the options you have here. Working from left to right on my dashboard, you have receipts, which is a list of incoming stock that is expected, usually according to the purchase orders you have entered. You then have internal transfers, which allows you to transfer stock between warehouses if required. Next is delivery orders. This is all orders that need to go out to customers, usually triggered from sales orders. Returns is where you can put through any returns of goods from a customer. This is usually only used if you can't find the original order that it was returned from. Lastly, there is manufacturing, which will be the list of open manufacturing orders to move forward with. Under each of these items, there are 4 options, which you can see under the Delivery Orders tab. If you click on the one to process, this will take you to all the items that are ready to be processed now. Anything that has a status of waiting means that it is waiting for stock, whether that's a manufacturing order to process or from a purchase order. There is then the status late, that is waiting stock, but the scheduled date on the order has passed, as this date is usually the date you have advised the client. This is vital information. Lastly, there are the back orders if you have partial shipping turned on. So it shows you what you have outstanding where you've already sent out part of the order. One of the main queries in Odoo is viewing a full list of products. This can be done from several different applications, including inventory. Selecting the products menu item and then selecting products. This will show you all of the products with a few basic details, for example, the price, and if it's a stockable type of product, then it will also show you the on-hand quantity. You can also see this in a list view, which shows you a little bit more detail on each product. Next, I would like to see my current stock on hand for my products. There are 2 ways of doing this. I can either do it as I am currently showing through products. I can see if it is stocked in one location or multiple by clicking into my product and clicking into the on hand. You'll see it shows me here that I have 10 in my stock and then I have 5 in my spare location. Alternatively, I can click into my reporting option and then select stock. You'll see that I have all of my items with my stock, and if I want to filter down again, I can click into the locations and you'll see the same screen. Against every product, I can set up reordering rules. These can either be automatically triggered or manually triggered. Automatically means that a scheduled job will run overnight and create purchase orders for projects where there is a defined vendor. When in my products, if I click into my trailer axle, it will either say reordering rules, or if there's a min-max rule, it'll have the min-max. I click into this, and you'll see the rule I have in here says that when I hit a minimum quantity of 3, it will buy up to a quantity of 20, and my defined vendor is smoker supplier. I would now like to see what I need to replenish based on my open orders or manual reordering rules. To do this, I go into operations and then replenishment. Here it shows me a list of products I require to fulfill stock, whether it's for the shelf or for manufacturing and sales. Under this list, I can choose my preferred route. If there's a vendor I want to use under buy, I can choose my vendor. If I want to order this just once, I select my order once. If I select automate orders, it will set up a reordering rule for that product. Lastly, I can choose to snooze the notification for a period of time, as I do not want to order this right now, and it will hide it from the list. A vital piece of information for any business is understanding what the current value of stock on hand is. Odoo has an easy link through the reporting and clicking on valuation. If I scroll to the bottom of the screen, you'll see my total is 1,142. If I want to see for a particular product, you can search under product, for example, counterweight. You will see I have $750 worth of stock. I would now like to see all my stock moves for my door hinges, as I can't remember what orders I sent out. I can see this by clicking on reporting and then clicking on stock moves. If I filter for door hinges, I can see that I adjusted in 100, and on the 17th of May, and then on the 18th of May, I had 2 delivery orders, one that went out for 90 and one that went out for 10. If I go look at my door hinge, you'll see that I currently have no stock on hand, but I recently did a stock count and noticed that I had 10 on hand. If I click on operations, then inventory adjustments, I can add in another 10 to stock. I enter my counter quantity of 10, and then just to confirm that that's correct, I apply it. And I can also do mass stock moves through this screen if required. Finally, like all Odoo modules, inventory has the ability to build out warehouse reporting. Using the warehouse analysis by clicking on reporting and performance, in here, I can build all sorts of reports. For example, if I click on my pivot view, I can add in products and see what the average cycle time is for my product. This is just a quick introduction to show you how to use Odoo Inventory. And as you can see, you can easily organize your incoming and outgoing receipts, your stock levels, and view the inventory value. It also allows you to report out and find key information, for example, the stock movements for particular products or groups of products. If you're interested in learning more, please reach out to the sales team at Vista. We'd love to help you.